How's it going, everyone? I am back with another video. This is going to be my week four for Thursday Night Football score prediction. So I'm going to do what I did last week. Just release a video going over the single game, the single Thursday night game taking place, and then hopefully sometime tomorrow, Friday, release my score predictions for the rest of the games taking place this week in the NFL for week four. So yeah, Thursday night tonight we got Seattle, Arizona. I think this will be a pretty good game. I can see it going either way, but I'm gonna roll with the Seahawks here. Just kind of a gut feeling this one. If this was in Seattle, I would feel extremely confident. I'm honestly kind of confident in the Seahawks in general, but a bit less so because they're the road team. Cardinals a pretty good team. Probably should have beaten the 49ers last week. You can make a pretty good argument they should be 3-0, but you could sort of say the same thing with the Seahawks. They should be 3-0 too. But two and one teams, you can argue sort of evenly matched at home, so you can just go with the safe pick at the Cardinals. But I just like the Seahawks in this game. My gut's telling me Seahawks. Last season, the Cardinals really struggled against that Mike McDonald defense, and that defense for Seattle is playing lights out right now. And for the Cardinals offense, it just feels like something's a bit off. They look good one drive, then they don't the next. And, that's kind of how it was last season, too. So the main reason I'm going with the Seahawks is just because I think their defense is going to play a heck of a ball game in this one. I think the Cardinals offense is kind of going to struggle. It's just going to look really bad through portions of the game. It's going to be like, oh my God. Then they'll get a big play, put up some points, make it close. I do think Arizona's defense will also play a really good ball game. I have the Seahawks scoring 23. That's a decent amount, but I think Arizona's defense will be what keeps the game close. I think low scoring game in general, regardless of which team wins. I'll honestly be surprised if either team scores more than like 24. Um, but I think Arizona's defense will be able to keep it close. But I just kind of trust Seahawks offense a bit more right now. They look phenomenal last week. They looked really good against the Steelers. Week one they didn't look too great, but they look good the past 2 weeks. And I don't know, Cardinals just coming off a bad loss. I'm sure they're going to be pissed off, motivated on a short week to get that bad taste out of their mouth from a game they probably feel they should have won. But I don't know. My gut is just telling me Seahawks, so I'm going to roll with it here. Like I said, I think both defenses will play good games in this one, keep it low scoring. Uh, yeah, I have a couple guys in fantasy. I threw two parlays on this game just because DraftKings has an odds boost, and you can get a ghost leg parlay for Sunday if you bet a single game parlay in this one. But I did not bet like any player props. The only one I did was just to get the odds boost required for the parlay was I did JSN 5+ catches. I'm honestly a bit shaky on that because lower scoring game. This one to me is just a hard game to predict. Who's going to play great, who's not going to play great, things like that. I just said like spread, first half money line for the game, and like super. I did Jason 5+ catches. Should get that. You imagine. I Seattle like over 19.5 points. I just did a super conservative parlay in this one just to get the odds boost. I would kind of stay away betting from this game. I mean, I bet Seattle spread because I feel confident they're going to win the game, so I just bet their spread because it's only 1.5. So they just have to win by two or more, which, if they win, obviously the odds are significantly in their favor. If they win, they and don't cover, they'd have to only win by a point. So, um, yeah, I mean, Cardinals, like I said, they very well could win this game. I do think their defense, they keep saying here, will keep it close. I think if they do win, their offense is just going to have to overperform a bit how I'm expecting it to. Certainly better than they did in the two games against Seattle last year. And those are two big games for the Cardinals because they were leading the division at that point. It was pretty late in the season, and they lost both of them. Actually, the second one was they played them two times in a span of 3 weeks, I believe, and they did even worse that second one, from what I remember. So, I think the score was closer, but it was just more of a devastating loss, I think. But I think if they had won, they would have been in the division lead. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm a bit iffy on that. I think so, but not 100% sure. I don't know. Cardinals very well could win the game, but I'm just trusting Seattle a bit more in this one. I think their defense will slightly outplay the Cardinals defense. Cardinals defense will play really good too. I'm back and forth on starting Trey Benson and Kenneth Walker because Kenneth Walker been splitting reps with Charbonnet. But then Trey Benson obviously is running back one now with James Conner going out. So I'm starting Benson, taking a bit of a risk. So I'm sure Kenneth Walker will pop off. I have him in one league, so I guess if one of the two go off, I'll win in one way at least. But yeah, I don't know. My gut's telling me Seattle. I'm going to roll them 23-16. I think this is definitely low scoring. I originally bet the under. It was like 40 something combined points, but over unders can be tough. Just a muff punt or whatever that leads your score can ruin that for you. So I usually tend to stay away from those bets. But yeah, I think it'll be a close, entertaining game. Should be interesting, low scoring probably. But I'm just gonna go with my gut here and roll with the Seahawks to win 23-16. So yeah, like I said, this is just going over this single game. I'll try to upload my score predictions to the rest of the games tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested. But yeah, I will wrap the video up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you do good betting wise, pick 'em wise, fantasy wise. If you get anyone in this game, things like that. So I always say. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed, and take it easy, guys.